Hello everybody and welcome, I'm Walla and tonight I'm going to be playing some Starsector. Now as usual I'll be recording this live stream and it'll be uploaded on the YouTube channel sometime after the stream has ended. So of course if you are watching this later time, do be sure to like and subscribe if you do enjoy what you see. Now I still, even though I'm sort of, 2 and a bit years into my streaming career if you will, I still get nervous every time I'm about to hit the go live, well not the go live button, the swap to intermission button, and it's like, oh, am I wearing clothes and is my hat on and you know, is my mic ready? I don't know, I just always get nervous every time. Hello Ramses, how are you? But yeah, so Starsector, it is a game I got given a key for a while back from the developers, and I've been meaning to get around to making some content for it. the game was provided to me for free in return for doing content and providing my thoughts. My thoughts will be obviously my own, and they're not influenced or bought by the developer in any way. But as I say, it has been a while since I got given the key, and now for me playing it. So apologies to the developers for that. Just life got busy. Now, it's an RPG space game. I kind of have my fleet, my crew, and I can do quests and missions and things, and I do believe there is a bit of a storyline involved. There is combat. The combat kind of takes an RTS kind of feel. I haven't really explored much of the game yet, so a lot of it will be experienced first time with you guys, but let's get it loaded up. Now, it isn't on Steam. But I have set up a command if you guys do want to buy it yourselves. You can get it directly from the developer, !Starsector, all one word, and Albert will provide a link for you. So, hopefully my chat's about to gonna reappear on my right monitor because it's blank at the moment. Now, do let me know what sound is like. I've turned it down, but if it is still a bit loud, let me know and I'll turn it down further. Let's make a new game. Name. Well, naturally it's going to be Albert the Moose. Still sounds a bit loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit further. It just sounds very loud my end. So let's turn it down to 30%. That's better. Right, so I'll go for a normal system. Sector age. Go with mixed. Everything's just mixed. My most recent occupation. Wait, is that Albert? Can I change? Do I have a face option? Is Albert a bounty hunter or a scavenger? That is a very good question. Albert a bounty hunter or scavenger? Wolf class is a sleek and deadly combat frigate with middling logistical stats, best used near civilization or with the support of other ships with better capacity for carrying fuel and supplies. I think we'll do scavenger. Hello, Cadenzra. Ah, good. You typing made my chat reappear on my right monitor. Let me know what the sound's like as well. I have just turned it down. It still seems a bit loud, but let me know what it's like. Gonna make a cup of coffee. Coffee's disgusting. In addition, your fleet includes a Kite-class shuttle under the command of an experienced subordinate, a Shepherd-class drone tender with a cargo of heavy machinery. Now, if we're going to go scavenger, I would probably better off taking the machinery. You can hear me and game sounds. That's perfect. That's the mix I want. You need to be able to hear the game and me, not one or the other. Not capable of doing much damage itself, it is however capable of being a persistent distraction, especially in the hands of an officer with the right set of defensive skills. Or I can go for, it's not a combat ship. Both slow and fragile, although its drones are capable of providing decent support to another ship. Its true value, however, lies in a generous cargo hold. Numerous salvaging and surveying-oriented hull features. Yeah, we'll go with that, because we're going to be a scavenger. We'll go normal. We'll skip the tutorial, because I've kind of done this. Wait, I skipped the tutorial. Hopefully it's got the prologue. I always read these and I never learn. 30% crew lost in non-combat operations, that would be good. recovered ships start with 20% to 40% hull integrity. That's good. Because if we're a scavenger, recovering ships and stuff could be our thing. Surveying planets would also be good. Alright, so I'm going to get 1 point there. I'll get derelicts with salvage rated up to 25. And 30% crew loss, minus 30% crew loss. There we go. I guess that's out of its portrait. Should have changed it. It's fine. Right. So this game, it has an old-fashioned sort of feel to it, with the way the graphics are, the dialogue and all that lot. There is a game it reminds me of, and I can't remember what it's called. But it kind of, for those that have played the similar games that I'm referring to that I can't remember, it has a very sort of nostalgic feel to it, which, in my opinion, is a good thing. So, here we are, look, here's our main screen. Now, I can zoom in, there's my fleet, that's another fleet up there. Oh, it's not showing my mouse, okay. I've got my commands down here. So, for example, my transponder is on at the moment. Transponder shows me to everyone else. In most sectors, it's law that you have it on. Obviously, if you're going to be a pirate, you turn it off. You've got systems where you can go dark by reducing your detection range. You can do sensor bursts for scanning for other people. Sustained burn for when you're travelling long distances but you want to get there quick. Uses up more fuel but you get there quicker. Distress call, that's new. May be used by a standard fleet to punch distress signal through to hyperspace, signaling nearby fleets to bring aid in the form of fuel and supplies. Help may take many days to arrive if it comes at all. And taking advantage of it will result in a progressively higher reduction in standing with the responders. By long-standing convention, the fleet in distress is expected to meet any responders at the innermost jump point inside a star system. Signal is non-directional and carries no data and is therefore not useful for calling for help in a tactical situation. I wonder if that's got a negative effect in the sense that, oh, where am I? I think I've skipped something I didn't want to skip. I think I have. Intel. Yeah, I have. I've skipped something I didn't want to skip. Alright, I'm going to restart this. Oh, I can actually choose a different face. There we go. We need one that would match Albert. Now, because moose tend to have brown fur, we'll go for a black character. Someone that naturally looks badass, because, you know, Albert is a badass. I mean, he's got a big beard. Now Albert's, you know, he's furry, so I'm also going to sneeze. Now that character there looks kind of badass. No beard, but, you know, he's in, like, armor and stuff. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Took a Deathclaw on his all his own. You remember that, do you? Wait, you were there for that? I thought you weren't watching Fallout 4. For spoilers, thank you. Albert. But yeah, he did, didn't he? He wrecked that thing. Unfortunately, I had to stick him in a what do you call it? Back in a settlement because he was just way too OP and it was just taking all my XP. Right, so I'll take the normal options and I'll start with tutorial. There you go. So all I've done now is just changed his profile picture, if you will. So Ramses, what do you think of the new layout? You haven't seen it yet, have you, or have you? I'm hoping that a lot of people do enjoy this game. Welcome to the sector. Your feet? Yep, my feet is in the middle of nowhere. Exactly. That's terrible when your feet are in the middle of nowhere and you've got no supplies. How will my feet ever survive? If you don't acquire more supplies, your fleet will suffer through a slow but ultimately fatal decline. You decide to continue. Fortunately, there's a debris field nearby. Move up into it and activate your scavenge ability to search for it for useful cargo. It's possible to scavenge through some debris field multiple times, but there are diminishing returns and an increased risk with each attempt. Only scavenge once here. Make sure to take all of the supplies and any other valuable cargo, but feel free to leave the cheap and bulky materials behind. So, yeah, this is what I was looking for. Welcome back. So there we go. That's why I didn't have the distress court on that. So move up to the debris field. Press 6 to start scavenging, because there you go, 6 is my... I don't know why my mouse isn't showing up, that's bugging me. Let me alt-tab out a second. It is enabled to show mouse. So I don't know why the feed isn't showing my mouse. Right, so here's a debris field. Right, there's a lot of reading in this, but as I said, it's got like an old school-esque feel to it, which I do like. Your fleet assembles a stable orbit relative to the debris field. The field appears stable and will not drift apart anytime soon. Long-range scans indicate it's likely something of value can be found inside. There are indications of some easy pickings to be had, and the risk of accident during a salvage operation is low. So assess. Preliminary assessment estimates the maximum amount of crew and equipment that can operate in a debris field of this size. Domino! Thank you very much for the host. Greatly appreciated. And hello to everyone joining us from the stack. I hope you're all well. It's possible to scavenge with fewer crew and less machinery, but using fewer crew will reduce the amount of salvage recovered, while having less machinery will increase the danger to crew. Shipping your fleet provide a combined maximum salvage bonus of 10%, capped by the salvage difficulty rating of 0%. So I need 58 and I got 80, and I need 20 and I got 30. So yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. So get some machines back. Fuel, supplies, and metals. Now, fuel is pretty much obvious as to what that does. Supplies is a lot of things. Rations, uniforms, munitions, spare parts, microfab, feedstock, and prefab components. So basically it's everything I need to get my fleet running. So again, it's pretty self-explanatory. But you know, it is a lot of things. Supplies. Press F5 to quick save and advance the tutorial. Yep, there we go. So a pirate fleet is approaching. First, you'll spot it as a sensor contact and as an unidentified fleet. And then when it gets very close, you'll see its true colors. Don't worry, the pirate ship is a shoddy rust bucket. If you do lose, you can press F9 to quick load. Even so, combat can be expensive, especially if there's no bounty on the enemy you fight. Deploying ships into battle reduces their combat readiness, and recovering CR consumes supplies. Battle damage can cost even more supplies to repair. However, fighting is often necessary to survive. Wait for the pirate fleet to approach, then defeat them. So I'm just going to quickly pause it. So, there's my total supplies. Oh, my mouse isn't showing up. So bottom left, you've got my credits. You can see the 2,000. It's my credits. Just below that, the 45 with the 3 boxes. That's my supplies. To the right of that is how many I use. Below that is my fuel capacity. 58 out of 30. Depending on the amount of ships and what cargo they've got, like a cargo ship, I can store a lot of stuff and things. All my ships' total capacity, my fleet capacity is 80. And then this here is my burn level. It's pretty much how fast I'm going. Combat readiness is 70%. Sensor range is 345. Detection range, that is... Sensor profile is added to another fleet's sensor strength to determine the range at which your own fleet can be detected. So that's how my detection range. Any repairs that are being done, and my hull and armor status. Right, so let's unpause the game. Where is this? Right, so as you can see, it's in my sensor range, but its transponder's turned off, so I can't. I've got no information on it through my sensors, so I've got to wait. Even though it's on my sensors and that, I don't know what type of ships it is or anything because it's got no transponders. But once it's in sort of visual range, I get a better look at it. So there we go. Pirate ship maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging easily. It does not appear to be certain of your identity. Any hostilities will have a reduced impact on your reputation. So it's not affiliated with any faction or anything, so I can kill him knowing, you know, I'm alright. So let's open up a comm link. Let's see if we can talk to him. Did the hegemony send you to do this errand for them? Come to collect a bill? No. I don't even know who they are. Again, there's loads of different factions and things, and with all their beliefs and stuff, I haven't learned about any of them. Right, let's engage. Yeah, that's my flagship. Oh. Right, you can select which ships to deploy at the beginning of each battle and deploy reinforcements as the battle goes on. Deploying a ship will reduce its combat readiness by a fixed amount. In addition, ships will begin to gradually lose combat readiness after their peak readiness time runs out. Recovering combat readiness takes time and consumes valuable supplies. So I'm going to send in my main... Now apparently that's got no use in battle. So I'm not going to bother sending that in. Now the trouble is I can't remember how to bloody fight in this. I gotta remember how to do all this. I should have done the tutorial, shouldn't I? How do I get out of... Ah, there we go. I can't even remember what to do now. Can't even remember how to fly this. How do I dissipate my flux? I got a feeling I should probably do the tutorial. Okay, my shields are overloaded. I think I'm about to get wrecked. Yeah, I did. Okay, let's actually... let's do the tutorial, shall we? I thought I could remember what I'm doing, but I couldn't. So yeah, Albert's dead. But he's not dead, but... Exit game, yes please. Right, tutorials. Combat basics. I usually just press buttons. If you don't blow up, you're good. Well, I blew up. I blew up. Right. Your flagship for this tutorial is a Hammerhead class destroyer. First things first, let's learn how to get it moving. By the way, you can pause the game. WSD is to accelerate forward, back. C is to bring your ship to a halt. So forward, back, let's turn, yeah. C is halt. It's my handbrake. Alright, move the mouse around, pan your view. Yeah, I get that. Wheels, yeah, that's self-explanatory. I kind of knew all of that. Strafing sideways, that's what I was trying to figure out. Ship will turn towards your mouse pointer. So, Shift is strafe, okay. So that's how we do that. So that's always right, so that's left. Hello, Major Undead. This is actually more difficult to drive than it looks. Or strafing. Okay. Now under weapons. 1, 2, and 3. Left click. Select the fired group. Yep. Guided missiles require a target. Yep. Just lock onto some. Over and how many ship shots, so that's locked on. Space, Major Undead. It's all about space. It's an RTS RPG space game. That's about all I can tell you at the moment because I haven't really fully explored it yet. We're just literally getting into it. Press R again to clear target. Now on defenses, most ships use shield. I know how to put my shields up, it's right click. Look, they're on. Firing most weapons except for missiles generates flux. I know that. Your ship has a limited flux capacity. Managing what you use it on is key to survival. You can see your current flux level on the info display in the lower left corner of the screen. That's where my arrow is pointed. Fire assault chain guns group 1 for a bit and watch how they build up flux. So my flux is going up. It goes down slowly. Flux from firing these dissipates almost as quickly as it is generated. Different ships and ship loadout dissipates flux at different rates, so it can support varying amounts of weapons effectively. Shields generate flux continuously while they're up and generate even more flux every time they absorb damage. So even if you're not taking any damage on the shields, keeping them off will let you put out more firepower. Which is a good trade-off, really, I think. Now let's see how the shields hold up under fire. As you can see, my flux isn't going down. Flux gain while shields absorb damage is called hard flux and only dissipates while the shields are off. So, you can't shield shields up definitely while taking damage. There you go. So, there's got to be a drawback to shields. Flux gain from firing weapons is called soft flux and can dissipate while the shields are up. So I can shoot now, and it will drop down to the point where my shields took the damage. So, the hard flux point. Notch on the flux bar indicates your hard flux level. Right click to turn off your shields and let the flux dissipate. Good, now let's see what happens if you keep your shields under fire for too long. So let's turn the shields back on. As you can see, it's not good when flux maxes out from shield hits, your ship overloads. While the ship is overloaded, it can't fire or raise shields, dissipates flux very slowly, but can still maneuver normally. Wait for the overload to end. Overloaded, 5 seconds remaining. Now the ship is no longer overloaded, flux is back to dissipating at normal rate. You can vent flux, that's the button I was looking for. To dissipate at a normal rate. While venting, your ship can't fire or use shields, so you generally want to do it when it's safe. V to vent. V! That's the button I was looking for. I was pushing like F and X and C. As you can see, you've now been flanked by a pair of Lasher-class frigates. Indeed, I have. They're going to start launching missiles at you. Fortunately, these missiles aren't very effective versus well-armoured ships. Just sit tight and let them get a few volleys off. Why do I want to let them shoot me? It'd be nice to shoot these down. We've got some point defense lasers just for that, but it's almost impossible to manually target all the incoming missiles. Fortunately, you can set up any weapon group to auto-fire, making the weapons identify and attack targets on their own. Press Ctrl 3 to enable auto-fire for the point defense lasers in Group 3. Make sure you have a different group selected. selecting an auto-firing group will result in a manual override of its controls. So I got one second. Doesn't do a brilliant job, but I don't get hit by as many. V for Vendetta indeed. Regular weapons will not target missiles automatically. The ship also has a special system, an active ability it can perform. For the Hammerhead, it's an accelerated ammo feeder that greatly increases the rate of fire for ballistic weapons. Some ship systems have limited uses, some generate flux, some have a cooldown, and some use a combination of those. Accelerated ammo feeder must cool down before it's used again. Press F to activate the accelerated ammo feeder. So if I shoot, that's me shooting. I push F. Look at that. Beastie, eh? Right, that's the basic tutorial. Cool. That's what I needed to do. Right, end mission. Right, tutorial number 2. I'm going to try and whiz through these as quick as I can so I can get into the game then. Flagship is still the Hammerhead, but the point lasers have been swapped out for ion cannons. Right, each weapon deals damage of a particular damage type. Kinetic damage deals 200% to shields, but only 50% to armor. Since the enemy ship has shields up, let's start off by firing some Sabot missiles at it. They are extremely effective at bringing down shields. Okay. And then we can just go. Next step is to bring down its armor. High explosive damage deals 200% to armor, but only 50% to shields. Switch to your assault chain guns. It's these guys. The enemy's taking hull damage. Now let's finish it off. When ship is disabled, the explosion deals damage to one nearby ship. Make sure you're far away enough away to avoid damage. Ship stat length is enough. Fragmentation damage deals only 25% armor and shields, but usually costs little flux and has high base DPS value, making it effective versus exposed hull or lightly armored unshielded targets like missiles and fighters. Energy deals 100% of its listed damage to everything. Some weapons also deal EMP damage in addition to their normal damage type. EMP damage does not affect shields, armor, or hull, but it can quickly disable enemy weapons and engines. Why would it? I suppose, yeah. Your ion cannons deal a lot of EMP damage and little else. Switch to the ion cannons and disable some of the weapons on the Enforcer. So I haven't heard him, but he can't shoot me back. Maneuver behind it, you need to take more than half. Ship is a sit and duck and will be able to maneuver all into the engines back online. Cool. Non-EMP weapons can also disable engines and weapons, but EMP weapons bypass armor and get the job done faster. Let's take another look at shields. Turn on your shields and sit tight for a moment. You'll be attacked with beam weapons. As you can see, your ship is not building up flux despite the shields being under fire. Indeed. It's because beam weapons generate soft flux when hitting shields. This may make them seem weak, but remember that this flux still needs to be dissipated, leaving that much less flux dissipation to power weapons. Beam weapons are also very effective and need little flux to fire. I don't get it, so why would I use them? Oh, I see, because his flux is going up and it's not really affecting mine. Wait, so why would I use it against an enemy? I suppose if they're firing at me, that could be enough to put them on the edge to max out their weapons, overload them. Ships receive an engine boost. Bonus to top speed and maneuverability when the flux level and flux generation are at 0. Turning shields on even without taking any damage is enough to cancel the bonus. Travel through the nebula in front of your ship, noting how your ship moves faster when the shields are down. Definitely slows me down though, the nebula, doesn't it? Engine boost is particularly important for larger ships, which have a much lower top speed without it. To maintain the engine boost for a ship without auto-fire on engines, you can press X to hold fire. That's where I was going wrong earlier, I was pushing X. Carriers also need to press Z to pull back their fighters. Congratulations, you finished the tutorial. Cool. Right, next. Very simple tutorials, but they're very helpful. Right, so now I'm going to learn how to do this. At the start of the battle, you have to decide what ships to deploy. Recovering after a deployment costs suppliers, so you usually don't want to just deploy everything. It's true. If you have one ship, it's deployed automatically. To deploy ships, press the reinforcements button in the upper right. So I've got to deploy everything. Did I off? Huh? Oh, you can hear all that? Yeah, they're being noisy up. It's annoying because my door won't shut. And everyone decides to be loud exactly when I start streaming. I know it's an old quote, but I'm trying to figure out how that's even... what the hell's even going on. Right, anyway, I don't know what was going on in that one, to be honest. Right, so there's my ships. Okay, you're gonna tell me to do something? I think the tutorial's bugged. Start that again. Probably fish squid you need would be, I don't know, it might have been. I remember fishing squid. What am I doing, tutorial? Right, let's start this again. Right, so reinforcements button. Deploy. Good, now let's create some assignments for our ships to carry out. First thing we want to do is capture some objectives, locations especially suited for the deployment of nav buoys, sensor arrays or comm relays. I know Steam Hammer was a long time ago, it was approximately last summer, bloody hell. It's going slow and steady and I got murdered by a car. Grand Theft Auto is fun. Left click the nav buoy. Select capture. Nearby frigate is automatically assigned to the task. That's what the arrow indicates. Let's pan around, right click and drag, or you can move the edge. Yeah, okay. Pretty sure I know how to pan around. Creating assignments costs a command point, but also opens the command channel while it's open. Giving orders is free, but creating new assignments still costs points. You can also manually assign a ship to perform a task. Select one of the other frigates. Assignment is appropriate to your selection. And what you right-clicked on was created in this case under the capture. You can also assign specific ships to existing assignments by selecting them and right-clicking on the assignment. Now the order's locked in, let's unpause, press space, and wait for ships to secure the intent. Yep. Yeah, Steam Hammer also got abandoned as well, apparently. You can keep an eye on what each ship is doing by clicking on Show Video Feed. Go ahead and try it out. You can also press F to cycle the feed through the rest of your ships. Cool. Press tab to reopen the UI. Okay. Right, I'm trying to rush through this because some of it I know, some of it I don't. Enemy ships inside. Let's give a couple of orders to make the battle go smoothly for your side. Enemy cruiser is tough but relatively harmless. We'd like our ships to focus on the more dangerous enemy first. Select the cruiser. Select the void. Good, now let's order our ships to focus on the enemy destroyer, which is that one. It's the only target left, and they'll naturally do that anyway, but given an eliminate order will also make them more aggressive. Select eliminate. Okay. You might have noticed that you're not directly controlling a ship at the moment. This can happen if you don't deploy your flagship or if your flagship is destroyed. Let's transfer command to the hammerhead so you can pilot yourself and play out the rest of the battle. Select the hammerhead. Which one's the hammerhead? That one. Transfer command. When was the last time I played Starsector? Oh, about a month ago. Congratulations, you completed the fleet command tutorial. Feel free to experiment with other assignments. No, we'll come out of that. Right, now I'm slightly refreshed. Start again. Albert the Moose. Continue, scavenger, cargo ship, normal, start the tutorial. Okay! Welcome everybody! We're starting a new game, yay! Right, I'll kind of skip through this dialogue up to the point where, is it left click or right click? It's left click. Take all, continue. Come on, where are you? Ow, that was my knee. Don't know if the, where are you going? We're getting attacked. Wait there. Right. Okay. So I'm going to deploy the flagship only. Oh. Alright, I might not be the best at this, so don't worry. My flux to dissip. Oh, you know what I mean. Ah, you can't catch me. That tickled. Yeah, that's the one. Enemies defeated. Leaving now will allow any remaining ships to retreat unhindered. That's fine. Right. Pirate ship maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging. That's the previous stuff. Your forces were able to gain a complete victory in the last engagement. Relationship with the pirates reduced by 3. Currently at minus 68 out of 100. aka hostile. Salvage crews are able to recover 235 credits from CPU cores still active in the wreckage. Now that's mining at its best. Right, your fleet's supply consumption has gone up, so it's gone from, what was it, 0.3? Recovering combat readiness uses deploy ships and battle cost supplies, as does repairing battle damage. And as you can see, my combat readiness has gone down to 65% as well. To reduce supply use, repairs and CR recovery on ships can be suspended from the fleet screen. I'm not worried about suspending repairs and stuff. I'm going to leave it as it is. Right, I have 4 character points to spend. Good. I'm going to take that as well. Okay, so I just took perk for 30% crew lost during 30% crew lost due to hull damage in combat plus crew lost in non-combat operations. Because we're a salvager, I don't want to lose crew to salvage operations. Any recovered ships start with 20 to 40% hull integrity, which can actually be better than what I'll be finding them without the perk, and able to salvage derelicts with a salvage rating of up to 25%. So we're going to focus on salvage first off. Right, now do I have, there you go, look, ISS Somptus repairs completed. Can I rename that? I want to rename the ship. I apologize for all the background noise. Seems like they're playing Monopoly or something. I guess I can't rename ships. That's a shame. I was going to rename like my ship to something herd related. Right. No. The new Pokemon one. The new Pokemon one. No, my Fallout Monopoly. I don't know where my Fallout Monopoly is. Around here somewhere. You've gained a level. Normally you can gain 1 character point with each level up, but you get an additional 3 points at the start of your campaign. You can spend character points to increase aptitudes and skills. I've already done this, man. The maximum level you can reach is 40. Once character points are spent, they can't be refunded. I've kind of already done it. Skipping the tutorial. Shortly after dispatching the pirate, you receive a tight beam communication from the system's main inhabited world, Ankria. I'm going to pronounce all these wrong, so I apologize. The message is brief and asks you to travel there and contact Station Commander Jensen as soon as possible. Laying a course for Ankria. You don't need to do this to travel, but it helps to keep track of where you're going and how long it will take to get there. After dismissing this dialogue, press E to open the intel screen. Yada yada yada. Yeah. I do... What did it say to do? Map. Or was it intel? I think it was map. So we're going to the planet or the station? I think we're going for a station. So there we go, we're off. Ankara is pretty far away and it'll take a while to get there at this rate. The sustained burn ability is useful for long distance travel. Activating will briefly stop the fleet and reduce its acceleration to a minimum, but the maximum burn level will be much higher. Sustained burn can be interrupted by other fleets activating an introduction pulse. Activate sustained burn to get Ankara more quickly. So this one here, I'll click sustain burn and watch this burn meter here that's got 9 next to it. So there we go, look, we've stopped and now we're going up to speed. Now we're going slower than what we was. Oh, it's because we went through the asteroid field. There we go. Fleet is getting close to Ankrio, which is controlled by the hegemony, I don't know. A major militaristic faction in the sector. While in hegemony space, a fleet is required by law to identify itself by keeping its transponder turned on. This is a view shared by most, though not all, major factions. My transponder should be on. Wait, I don't have it. Turning on the transponder makes your fleet highly visible, and anyone seeing it will know who you are, unlike that pirate fleet you fought earlier, which you had to be very close to positively identify. That still doesn't help me. I can't English half the time. Keeping your transponder on is a crippling disadvantage in hostile space, but as we're getting closer to port and would like to dock there, it is a good idea to turn it on. Activate the transponder before getting closer to Ankria, both to avoid unwanted attention from patrols and to receive docking clearance. Since turning it on and off has major consequences, it is required a double tap to turn on or off, once to prime and once more to confirm, which I think is pretty cool. So there you go, my transponder's now on. I had to double tap it to get it on. I think that's pretty cool, like turning it on and off, you got like double tap, it's like a fail safe button. It's like, are you sure you need to do this? Right. There she is. Right, so let's contact Jensen. Ah, you've come, excellent. As you're well aware recently, well, I suppose we can skip that part. So, I'm gonna ask for a refresher because, you know, we don't know what's going on. We've been running experiments on the dormant gate in this system, trying to connect it back to the domain's gate network. Promising experiments, or so we thought, until an energy pulse we expected would get a response from the gate, stabilizing the jump points leading into the system, cutting us off from the rest of the sector. Some of these quotes make you giggle. That's, I think, kind of the point, isn't it? I do remember that was during the 24-hour stream, I think, demonstrating how arse works. Do you know what that actually means? Did you see the stream? It's rather like how the sector is cut off from the domain. Writ small, the stars have a sense of irony, do they not? So in Magicka, all the spells, each element, you make your own magic basically, and each element has a letter assigned to it, and you can combo elements, and certain elements work well with each other. Some will cancel each other out. For example, water and lightning, I don't think go together. Fire and water definitely don't, because, yeah, fire and water won't, because they'll cancel each other out, whereas water and lightning, I think, will. But yeah, so ARSE was a spell Ramses came up with, which is actually very effective. I can't remember what elements it is, but it was actually a very powerful spell. And at that point, I was trying to show the stream what Arse does. So I obviously said, you know, I'm demonstrating what Arse does, or how it works. It's funny. Because I think SE, for example, is resurrect or raise, revive. The miners of Derinkyo station, which is also located in the system and was operating near a substance level, were hit the hardest. They turned to piracy, intercepting one of the last food shipments to come in out of desperation, no doubt. But there were deaths, and they've put themselves well outside the law. The leaders know that if the jump points are stabilized and the system is once again part of the sector, they can look forward to a life sentence at a penal colony at absolute best. Alright, so where do we fit in? The miners turned pirate are guarding the jump points, preventing us from gathering recent readings and coming up with a way to stabilize them. We do have a security detachment that could handle their forces, but they're tied up defending Ankara. I can't. I'm just going to pronounce it how I feel fits. The pirates are too much for you to take on, but fortunately you don't have to. We've got an agent on Derinku station who was able to gain access to recent sensor readings from the ships guarding the jump points. They have not been able to get to a long-range comm array to send us the data to us. That's where you come in. Head to Derinku and retrieve the data from our agent, then return here. So, what's in it for me? Because, you know, I'm I'm a salvager. I'm a salvager, scavenger. You know, we do salvage operations. Ah, a mercenary. Some credits naturally, with more along the way. If all goes to plan, we'll be able to reconnect with the rest of the sector, such as it is. So I get 2,000 in advance. Okay, just for listening, fine, count me in. What's the plan? First off, make sure to turn off your transponder once you undock. I've instructed the security detachment not to give you any trouble about that. See, this is what I like, you know, it's your transponder. Normally you'd think, oh, just turn it on and then just leave it on because, you know, you want to be the good guy. Or if you're a pirate, turn it off, leave it off. It's like, well, this mission, it's a covert op mission. I've got to go in and get a spy's information and then come back. So naturally I need to turn off my transponder so I'm not advertising myself. If you're lucky, the pirates may even think you're one of their own and let you approach during queue without any trouble. Still, it makes sense to go dark as you get closer to make sure they can't get a good reading on your fleet. And if they do notice me, then you're in trouble. Activate emergency burn to get out of there. Lose them and then come back around to try again. Don't e-burn unless you really need to, though it's hard on the ships and will cost you more supplies to recover from. Eats up a good chunk of fuel too. Well, excellent. Thank you for being willing to help. Come back when you got the data. Good luck. So, emergency burn. I've unlocked, and I've also unlocked Go Dark. So Go Dark turns off all non-essential systems, reducing the range of which the fleet can be detected by 50%, reducing the maximum burn level by 50%. So I go slower, but I'm harder to detect. So my sensor rating, which is through the roof at the moment because my transponder's on, will go down even more. So if I turn off my transponder, there you go, look, it went from 1,780 to 780, and then when I go dark it will be reduced by half. So hopefully they've quite literally got to be sat on top of me. Now, emergency burn increases the maximum burn level by 5, reduces sensor range by 50%, so I'm not very good at seeing, but I'm quicker, and increases the range at which the fleet can be detected. Makes me very noisy. That made me jump. Hello Ragnar, how are you doing? The fleet will also be unaffected by most terrain movement penalties while this ability is active, so I can fly through asteroids or nebulas and stuff. Consumes 2 fuel and reduces the combat readiness of all ships, costing up to 4 supplies to recover. So yeah, it costs fuel, readiness, supplies, so it's an expensive thing, but it's for emergencies, hence the emergency burn. So, let's go there, shall we? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to about here. And then I'll go dark. And then just sneak in. How's it going, Ragnar? Right, so there's the station, look. No ships on my scanners, but I'm now going to go dark, so going dark. So there you go, look, my detection range, 195. So there's some ships. Right, that there is their scanners. So I need to kind of stay out of the way. Sod it, I'm going for it. At anime night, hang out with friends. Sounds cool. What's anime? Trade or hire personnel. So market conditions kind of affect a lot of things. Whether you're trading on the open market or black market, I don't know if there's a difference between the two at the moment, other than taxes paid. Because buying on the normal market, you pay quite a bit of tax. So, for example, if I bought crew here now, on the open market costs 30 credits, but I'd pay 39 credits per person because 9 credits tax. That soon adds up. That's quite a hefty tax rate. Whereas if I go to black market, I'll pay 30 credits. Now I don't remember how to do this. There's a way to... shift. Okay, never mind. So if I was to buy 358 for 12 people, 356 for 12 people, what I can do, sell that. Buy more people. I'll have 80 crew. Okay. Right, com directory. Frost Sharma, so this is our agent we need to contact. You contact the agent, exchange passphrases to verify each other's identities. The agent then transmits a data file with recent raw sensor readings of the unstable jump points. Cut comlink. Alright, let's get out of here. Right, we haven't been detected yet. Right, once we're out of range, I'm now happy to go to map screen. Lay in a course for Ancria. No. Oh shit, I hit emergency burn. That was a stupid mistake. Let's turn my transponder back on. And sustained burn. Well, I got out of there at least, didn't I? What a numpty. Right. Let's get in contact with Jensen. You have the data, well done. There's a brief wait as you transmit the data file. Now, while the system is running a preliminary analysis of the data, I believe you're due a reward. 5,000 credits! Yes. And I get a relationship bonus with the hegemony improved by 2, currently 2 out of 100, neutral. And then a relationship with Terry Jensen, improved by 4. I wonder if I can date her. She looks kind of hot. There's a chime in the background and she looks concerned. See, I just like this whole layout, the graphics, the way it works. It's old school, it's simplistic, and it's just very well done. I like it. As I said, like the little detail with the whole turning off my transponder, it's like, when I first learned about transponder, I thought it's just going to be one of those things you turn on and just leave on forevermore. Like, to give you an example, Cadenzra, you know Botanist, you've got that ability that you enable to see the nodes, not the unspored ones, but the normal ones. And then you get to a certain level, and then you get a trait that turns that on for you automatically. So once you've got that, you don't even need that button anymore, it's just there. And it's just like, I thought that was going to be like this, just one of those things. No, it turns out they've added a few things. Is there a problem? Yes, the system estimates it'll take about a cycle to analyze the data and come up with a stabilization algorithm. Naturally, by then the data would be out of date and any algorithm based on it meaningless. It is a good trait to have, but it just makes that ability useless, doesn't it? It's like, what's the point? Okay, there is a kind of a point to it, because you've got the cross-class abilities. You can equip it on your miner, and then when you're on your miner, you can see botany or vice versa, which is helpful if you're doing both. So you can see each nodes. So while you're out on your miner, you can see botany stuff, and then you can also link in the unspored one. And so yeah, it's helpful, but when you're on your botanist, it makes it useless for your botanist. If we had an AI core on hand, we could analyze the data more quickly. Fortunately, there's a survey probe somewhere in this system, one left over from the initial exploration of the sector by the domain. It should have at least one AI core serving as its brain. Where is it and why hasn't it been salvaged before? Sounds like a good question. To answer your second question, the main artifacts are usually protected by automated defenses that still function to this day, and this probe is no exception, and the hegemony generally forbids civilian interference with the main artifacts, for the sake of public safety, of course. Desperate times, however. As to where it is, my data indicates it's somewhere beyond the orbit of Pontus. Get there, then head out before the asteroid belt and use an active sensor burst. You should, at the very least, get a sensor contact with the probe. Head towards it, perform salvage, and bring back an AI core. If you lack the skill for a full salvage op, just pound it into scrap and scavenge through the resulting debris field. There's a good chance an AI core will survive. Pontus is a gas giant in the outer system. To see its name on the map, you might have to turn off the inhabited option on mount filter. So I'm gonna be right back. Right, I'm back. Thank you for waiting. Sorry about that, guys. Right, so, I'll read that last bit again because I got a bit distracted. Pontus is a gas giant in the outer system. To see its name on the map, you might have to turn off the inhabited option on the map filter. Okay. I'll see what I can do. Right, so, let's go to Intel. So that's where I gotta go. Oh. Look at that symbol. It's the Zelda symbol. Your fleet is running low on supplies. 28 supplies, and I'm using 6 a day? Bloody hell, why am I using so many? 0.3 before. Now it's 0.8. Was I repairing? So once I'm in range of Pontus, I gotta do a active sensor burst, which increases sensor range. Ooh. Let's go into low orbit of Pontus. So, abundant volatiles may be economically extracted from Pontus. Violent storms, bristling lightning rage across the skies of Pontus. Though a sublime beauty from orbit, this produces harsh surface conditions, making transportation and habitation highly inconvenient. Oh, how inconvenient. High gravity. The force of high gravity on the surface of Pontus is crushingly high. Humans require powered exoskeletons for regular movement and find even basic actions exhausting. Continuing habitation is grueling at best. All operations take place with a heightened danger of falls, and if specialized engineering is not performed with adequate paranoia, structural collapse. It's uninhabited, yeah. I wonder. Talking of falls, Gudenzra, you missed it earlier, swiftly fell and went splat. Okay. Right, so, active sensor burst increases sensor range by 3,000 units and increases the range at which the fleet can be detected by 5,000 units. Also brings the fleet to a near stop. Yeah, I was exploring in Western Highlands, and I was looking for something, and kind of fell off a cliff while aggroed. So instead of falling and landing with 1 HP damage, I died. Oh, if you see on my radar, look, I just had a ping this way. Do that again. Oh, bollocks, wrong button yet again. Hopefully because I'm not moving anywhere. Didn't cost anything, although it took my readiness down. Right, what was the number 3? What would Frank make of a rat? Right, so I'm not using any burns. I'm travelling at normal speed. Oh, there we go, sensor ping. Fortunately, I'm playing in full screen, so it's a bit difficult to alt-tab. Right, so there's the probe. Let's get in range. The fleet approaches I like these images as well. It's just like, it looks like a salvaged wreck, but it also looks very, with the red in the background, it looks very morbid. Not morbid, what's the word I'm looking for? It just looks dangerous, eerie. I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. But it just looks like, because I know it's like a domain relic, and I'm thinking of, you know, Mass Effect, where you've got the Reapers and that. I'm kind of picturing all of that kind of atmosphere with just that one picture. They do say a picture paints 1,000 words, and that's kind of the impression I'm getting, because I know there's hidden defenses there, because the lady just told us. It just seems, I don't know, I can't think of the word. Your fleet approaches a domain-era probe left from the initial domain exploration of the sector. Pitted by small impacts, the probe's hull displays iridescence typical of fearsome radiation scarring, though the probe's manufacture could well date to 1,000 cycles ago. Some systems are still nominally active. I wonder what a cycle is. Is that a year? A day? 1,000 cycles? That's not 1,000 days. It sounds like 1,000 years. As your fleet moves in closer, several energy signatures are detected coming online inside the probe's hold. So I got some droid ships coming at me. Right, so I will deploy my ship. Should I just deploy the trader, the drone tender? I don't know what those drones will do. No, I won't. Right, where are we then? I'm gonna strafe this way and take on one at a time, hopefully. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Why are my guns working? Anita, I'm screwing this up. Your fleet is carrying more fuel than it has capacity for. This will result in greatly increased daily supply consumption, reduced travel speed. Well, hopefully I'm not going anywhere. Wait, did that ship really get blown up completely? Or is it just... Oh, I lost a ship. Can I load a game? Oh, I've lost so much progress. Shit, I gotta learn how to save, man. I don't want to lose my ship, my one good ship. So, save scumming was necessary. It's alright, I'll soon catch up. I don't know what I'm looking for through that screen. What was it? What did it say? Ah, speed up time is shift. Transponders on. This game can be quite unforgiving. Right. Huh. Because I just spammed through that, instead of taking the money, I got a relationship boost. So I'm down 2k, but they like me a little bit more. Fair enough. I'd rather have the money. Break orbit. What is that? It's an inactive gate. That's a debris field. Not as good as wait. Transponder off. Let's go dark. I probably went dark way too early. Nope. Laters, mate. Wait, did you just emergency burn to get to me? Quite extreme. Okay. Now we're all caught up. Second time lucky, hey? Oh, and Cadenza, I solved the mystery with my extra resources. My fragrant logs. Right, F5, let's save! Thank you, Ragnar, for the assist with the saving. Basically, SE did nerf the amount needed. Back when I was farming for it, you needed to buy 5 tickets, and each ticket needed 99 HQ logs. That's why I had 189. I was in process of getting my, well, 495 HQ logs, but they nerfed it to make it easier. Now, it's not even needed at all, because it's kind of useless. It'll help me to a point, but it's useless, so I don't know whether to take the time to do it, just because. Right, so I'll get nearby, I'll save it, and then I'll try the battle again. Trouble is, this isn't a combat ship. I'm a scavenger. If I took the combat ship, it would have been easier. But I didn't. I will Alt-Tab and assist on the adventure. Go. Which way is this way? I don't know if this ship has got abilities. Right. That was better that time. Pick through the wreckage. Preliminary reports indicate one crew and no Marines were lost during the engagement. That's unfortunate. Got 3,000 experience though. As your fleet finishes mopping up the automated defenses, a weak hyperwave ping is detected coming from the probe. It's unclear if this is random noise from a dying subsystem or some kind of encrypted signal. Your fleet finishes its approach to the main era probe without further incident. So, it will cost me... I don't have enough machines. Your fleet is able to salvage wrecks and derelicts with a salvage rating of up to 25%, but does not have the necessary resources to run the salvage operation. Your ship in your... Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave and come back. So I'm going to lay a course in for Ankara. Let's do a sustain burn, get there quicker. I'll buy some supplies, machines, sell resources. Right, let's go to... Nope. Can I dock? Oh, I got my transponder on. That's why I couldn't dock. Trade. Right, so I need at least 33 machines. Oh, I need 100 crew. It was crew I'm missing. I need 30 machine, 100 crew, and I got 56. That number was a bit confusing. Right, so let's go to black market. Let's sell all that. I'm going to need 44 people. I don't know if there's a quicker way of doing this. I'll get 54. 110 then. But supplies will be a drain. Let's get 11. It's a lot of money. Alright. Your fleet is carrying more personnel than its capacity for this result in greatly increased supply. I'm relatively okay with that. That's a lot of supply usage. What is my capacity for fleet? What's my crew capacity? 75! And I got 110. Well, That's fine, I guess. So you can go over the capacity of crew and fuel, but you burn a lot of supplies because of it, which basically means it's expensive as shit. Am I in sustained burn? I am, aren't I? Yep. Now that makes me worried though, because there was a distress beacon button, which I don't have at the moment. I thought it was a new feature. I got no supplies! Holy shit, I had a bunch of supplies. I had about 30 supplies. There's the AI core I wanted though. There was a debris field, so I just did another. Right, let's get back to... See, now I'm over my fuel limit. I'm about to be out of supplies again. Out of supplies. See, now you can see my combat readiness is dropping. Right, 8 grand though for that. 8 grand, that's good. Solid work. I'll get my technicians work on this right away. In the meantime, this should cover you for your expenses, hopefully, with a good amount left over. No idea, love. I'll send you the stabilization algorithm when the core works it up. Once you have it, it should be a simple matter of running it using your fleet's drive fields as a means of interacting with the jump point. However, there's still the matter of miners guarding both jump points out of the system. You said their forces are significant. Well, it's all relative. Our security detachment could handle them easily, but as I've mentioned, it's tied down, defended Ankara. Defended it against what? Oh, this is Kebi Kang. What happened to, what's her name? Your fleet, on the other hand, you might be able to handle them with some stellar pilots and a bit of luck, but it's best not to take any chances, especially not when there's an alternative. What alternative is that? There's a ship graveyard around Tetra. Ships that were deemed not worth the effort to restore, awaiting bulk transit to one of the ship-breaking facilities elsewhere. Now, though, they'll serve our needs. Go there and recover all the ships you can, and break the ones you can't for supplies. Make sure to bring enough crew to operate the recovered ships. Perhaps an extra 100 or so will do. You'll need to transport them somehow. Too. Here, take this mud skipper transport. Consider it part of your reward. Thank you. I'll return with these ships. Right, so I've just been given a ship, which now has boosted my crew up to 175. I've got 110, but I need supplies. I'm buying on the black market, open market. That's bloody tax, man. So, as you can see, supplies are bloody expensive. By 40. I'll sell the metal. Wow, the metal barely offset my supply cost. Better than nothing though. Right. So, combat readiness should go up. Let's get to this scrapyard. Where is it? Down here. Once my combat readiness hits 70, my supply should drop. So I'm going to be getting some combat ships now. Hopefully good ones. Okay. Derelict ship, number 1. Let's explore it. Your fleet is able to salvage wrecks and derelicts with a salvage rating. Okay, let's salvage it. I think. Explore. Salvage. Hello wolves, how's it going? Right, this one here. Explore. Consider ship recovery. So if I recover it, cost supplies. Yeah, let's recover. I'll recover all the ships. I can. Oh, I didn't mean to click whatever that was. This might take a couple of trips, but I will. Let's go to fleet actually, and mothball. Let's mothball the ships I'm not using. Basically, because they're mothballed, they won't. I can't use them for anything, but it's not going to be a drain on my supplies either. Once I'm happy I've got enough supplies and whatnot, I can then get them. Bad. Something this way, isn't there? Debris field. Let's go to the debris field. So I've got all the ships now that are either scrappable or whatever. So let's do a scavenge run into here. There are indications that what salvage is to be had may not be easy to get to, and there's significant risk involved. Welcome back, Cadenzra. Let's do the salvage. Not bad. Right. So I'm going to lay a course in to go back to Ankara, and I will look at getting my ships repaired and whatnot. See, there you go. Look, my readiness is like dropped. Because of that, I don't have enough, and because I don't have enough crew. Now then. Kind of like level 2 of this one. 50% of hull and armor damage taken repaired after combat ends at no cost. I'm going to take that now, I think. I can't, because I need to upgrade to Industry 2 first. Planet surveys. I'll take that. So it's going to take 14 days to repair my ships. I don't think I'm going to have enough supplies. So if I sell that there, I'm going to pay 412 credits and tax. No thank you. Black market it is. I don't like undermining them, but I'm not paying a hefty tax. Right, let's have a look at refitting my ships then. Trouble is, I don't think I've got any mods for them to... See, that one looks like a hammerhead. Ooh, that looks nice. So what I fit that? Balanced. So it's going to cost me money. It's the trouble to I got to buy the weaponry and stuff. Auto fit, spend free OP. Auto fit, spend at free OP. So the ordnance points is basically deciding on well, all of these stats. It's distributing it between the capacitors, the vents. So it's flux capacity, flux dissipation, all of this sort of stuff. Adding blast doors, subsystems, all that sort of stuff. They're all like buffs and things, and they all cost points. I don't know what that 3 there means though. So I could sell some ships or buy new ones, but supplies. I'm gonna need more supplies though, that's the worry. I got plenty of fuel, I'm not worried about fuel. Although, should I sell some fuel? Nah. Right, so what crew do I need? Fleet requires 202 crew for all ships to function optimally. Bloody hell. 202, so that's going to be 82 people I need to buy. This might get tricky. Oh, I can't math. 3 grand. So it's like a minute ago I got given an 8 grand payday. It looks like a lot, but it really ain't. Why am I dealing with Cape Kang and not whoever it is? Welcome back, a bunch of rust buckets, aren't they? But put some weapons on them, get a proper refit done, and with a dedicated crew, they'll do alright. It's no worse than what pirates have got at any rate. Speaking of weapons... yeah, I was just about to talk to you about that. Not much to buy on the open market, but we have some stores. I've already ordered local storage space to be assigned to you, and some suitable weapons transferred there, along with enough supplies to speedily bring the new ships back to full combat readiness. Use them to outfit your new ships, make sure you've got enough crew for a full complement on every ship, and then break the rogue miner defenses at the inner jump point. Once this conversation is over, press R to open the refit screen. After selecting a specific ship, you can press V to auto-fit, pick a desired loadout, and the ship will be automatically refitted to match it, using what weapons are available. In addition, you now have access to local storage at Ankara, and some weapons and supplies have been placed in there. Yeah, cool. I take you got the stabilization algorithm then. Correct! These cores seem like they can work miracles sometimes. Let me transmit the results. Good luck to you. If you fail, well, we'll have to send the security force to do the job, and then it could get very messy. Good to know you're already working on plan B. Come now, it's not so grim. I have every expectation you'll succeed, or I wouldn't send you. But it's my responsibility as commander to plan for every eventuality and not rely on a miraculous saviour. You're the first person in a game to say that. You always rely on me, in all the games. Now about those miners, the 2 fleets guarding on the jump point will aid each other if you engage one when the other is nearby. So it'll be easier fight if you manage to separate them first. If you can't, it should be a fight you can win though. Just talking always makes my throat go dry. Copy that, I'll be back when the job's done. Storage. So there we go, look, I've got some weapons and supplies now, look. How do I take, can I take all? medium turret, ballistic turrets. Where's the... How do I add... This is a carrier ship, so I want to add... Owned. Oh, that's it, owned. Am I missing something? Trouble is they take points anyway, don't they? I want to... Ah, there we go. That's how you rename stuff. Right, there we go. So that's my stuff. I wouldn't know what to put on this. Okay. I want support or attack, I'll go attack. That's better. Right, I'm figuring this out slowly. I mean, I'm having it do automatic with what weaponry I've got. See, now that's civilian transport. That's kind of... Could take that off. And that is what I was using. So I'm going to swap for this. This is going to be my ship now. What shall I call our ship? I don't know what ISS stands for. International Spaceship, I guess. International Spaceship Herd. Herd 1. Herds. I don't know. Someone give me a good name. I've got unreliable subsystems. Yeah, I need a name for our ship. Albertosaurus. Albertosaurus. Albertosaurus is our flagship's name. Lilyhammer. Okay. Right, saving the game. So now my detection range has gone massively up because we're bigger. There's a bigger fleet to us now, look. There's a lot of us. Right, so I've now got to go here. Right, so let's do a sustained burn. We are already sustained burning. Right, looks like there's enemy ships. Oh, this is bad. Right, let's send in us. That one. That one. That one. That's a lot of ships. Let's have... those two avoided for the time being. It's a support destroyer, so I'm going to go after him. I'm going to go after this one here. Alright, they're huge. Dodging all the rockets. Why am I firing? Ow, this really hurts. So apparently I've got no ships and I'm being tag teamed. Okay, I'm dead. Albertosaurus is destroyed. So, I suck at this game. I think it's because both of those fleets joined into one. I think that's what happened here. So I kind of need to reload. Oh, that's the wrong... no, it's the wrong one. Right, let's sneak in going down at the bottom. What's that? Remote survey. Oh, yeah. Alright, they know where I am. I'm gonna try and stealth them. No, you can't ping me, mate. Right, let's get him. That's better. Right. I don't suppose they'll want to talk, will they? They should have sent the real Navy, not some grounder pissing in their vac suit. Who said I'm pissing? Well. Alright. Support destroyer. I'm going to go after him. So I'll have everyone else focusing on that guy, I think. You go after him. What are you? You're an assault frigate. You help me with him. Oh wait, hang on a minute, I ain't got control of my ship. I'm trying to fly it and I ain't got control of it. I think that's where I'm going wrong, because I ain't got control of my own ship. Oh, there we go. I don't know if it's me or Blackbeard's ship. I destroyed Blackbeard's ship. Yeah, I got the feeling like I'm not driving this thing. I'm steering, but I ain't shooting. Right. Preliminary reports indicate 2 crew and no Marines were lost during the engagement. He's retreated. Your forces were victorious in the last engagement. After a tactical victory, your forces have an opportunity to cleanly disengage from the enemy. The pirate ships move to and disengage. Harry, reduce the combat readiness of all disengaged ships as if they were deployed into combat. Also slows down your fleet for a while as your forces require time to reorganize after the harassing action, or let's pursue. It's going to be me coming after him. Although he might be a bit quicker than me. Just remind you of Mount and Blade. Really? Where are all the horses? Lost him. No, I'm actually gaining up on him. I don't think I'm going to catch up with him, am I? Yeah, I think he's gonna escape. Alright, I'll Ooh, I could recover ships. Do I recover them? Even to sell? I'm tempted to recover them and then mothball them. Blackbeard's head. Third moon of Mars. I don't know, what do you guys reckon? Should I recover them and then just mothball and then sell? Mountain Blade in space, it could well be. Actually, it kind of is in the sense that I get my fleet and I can do what the hell I want. And there's quests, so... Recover all. Claim any wreckage. Not much, but better than nothing. Right, let's go to fleet quickly then. Where are those two new ships? Got to be that one and that one, isn't it? Blackbeard's head, so let's mothball that one. What's the other one? Ah, that one there. Let's mothball that. There we go. Because I lost 2 crew, I'm under strength now. Carbodosaurus, repairs completed. There's a fleet there. He's going to rejoin with that fleet. No, he's not. Right, this is going to be a big one. Actually, I'm going to attempt to disengage. Alright. Oh, I'm fleeing. Oh, shit. I got multiple ships. You need to retreat. Something's going wrong here. I can't control my ship. About to crash. No, I'm not. Right, let's get this guy. He's already dead. No, he's not. Right, let's get him. get rid of that flux. Let's get shields up. Let's go in heavy. Beast. We all hit it once, we can get its flux up. Well, I think he's got no weapons. If I can nick that ship, I would be so happy. I'm just gonna let my flux drop. Helps to aim properly. Once my flux is empty, I will hit F to... Oh shit, we did it. Shame, I didn't really want to destroy it, but... Right, so that's disabled or destroyed, that's disabled or destroyed. Can recover that. Oh, that's mine. My ship. So I lost one ship then, essentially, but it was the ship that I recovered a minute ago, so... Right, let's get this bastard. I think he's a little quicker than me. No, you're not getting away from me. Rig Miner Captain makes a rude gesture over the vid screen before killing the comlink. I don't know, I mean, should I chase him just to capture him? Oh, he's actually armed. I was expecting him to run away. So now while he's playing around with those droids, I'm just going to shoot him. Get his stats up on screen. I see his flux is pretty much maxed. That's him dealt with. Supplies wasn't really worth it. Right, I'm gonna save that and then I will investigate further. Fleet approaches the jump point. The jump point is unstable and cannot be used. Stabilize the jump point. You load the stabilization algorithm into your jump program, and the drive field goes through a series of esoteric fluctuations, the resonance gradually cancelling out the instability in this jump point. Jump point should be stable enough to use within a day or so. Alright, let's go back to... This is the furthest I've ever got in the game, by the way, guys. Am I using a sustained burn? No, I'm not. Is my transponder on? No, it is not. So, transponder on, sustained burn. Full speed ahead! I like how on the bottom right as well, it tells me the distance until I get there, how many days it is. Right. Let's... Should I set... Oh, 80 credits. Bloody hell. That's all that's worth. Third moon of Mars is worth 80 credits. I was going to say, do I sell it or do I keep it? I'm tempted to keep it then, if it's only worth 80. Get it repaired up. I need a crew of 242. At least. If I get 250. So I need 250 people. Alright, let's get rid of the metal. $250, I said, didn't I? So let's get another 50 people. So I'm going to get 40 credits in return. So, these are all weapons and stuff I can equip my ships with, and these here are like programs for the carriers ships. I'll produce with the 3D printer and nanotechnology those ships that it's on there. So that's a bomber ship, that's interceptor. Now I'm going to keep all this stuff on me. Even though I've got storage there, I'm unsure how this will go. I don't want to have... Actually, you know what? Sod it. I'm going to put all my stuff in storage. I'll use this as my base of operations. Right, so confirm. Also going to put 100. It's going to take ages. There's got to be a quicker way of doing this. Guess not. Shift click. If I click once, it'll pick it up. Walla. Control click transfers the whole stack across, whereas shift click picks up one at a time. So it's basically going to leave 100 fuel in my storage. Right. Well done. Station Commander Kang seems a bit giddy with excitement. You actually did it. You just never know with these things. It's such a relief not to be cooped up in the system anymore. Here's your reward. Well earned, and with my gratitude, 10,000. Now, I expect the authorities at the headquarters on Jangala in the Corvus system would like to hear about the recent events. Would you deliver a report for me? Ask to speak with Station Commander Dimos when you get there. I'll make sure to take enough fuel to make the trip. Flying in systems as you have been doesn't use fuel. Yes, it does. So it's easy to forget that flying in hyperspace does. Not too far, but with your current fleet you'll need at least 70 units to get there. Oh, okay. But it did use fuel. I guess maybe it doesn't. If you do manage to run out of fuel somehow and get stuck in an uninhabited system, that'd be a real feat. In the Galactica Corvus route, let me tell you. You can always issue a distress call and wait for help to arrive. Ah, okay. I'm also declaring a bounty on the remaining rogue miners' fleets here. If you like, you can stick around here and help mop up before going to Corvus. Alright. Holy shit, bounties. Attention, your fleet matches the profile of a suspected smuggler posted by inquiry authorities. You are hereby ordered to submit to a cargo scan. Allow the scan. For a brief wait, the Hegemony security attachment transmit the scan results. No contraband or suspicious cargo found. Commander Chimdalu Signy looks vaguely displeased. But everything looks clean this time. And yeah, there was a ton of bounties and stuff. I missed all that. Let's go to Intel. Bounties! Oh my lord, look at this. It's over. Oh, so some offers are over. So stuff like 72,000 for him. That'll be quite insane to get. Holy shit, 115,000 credit reward. Medium-sized fleet, yes, it's not going to be the only one. Alright, so how do I find out what bounties are local? That's where I am, aren't I? I'm in Galatea. Right, okay, so yeah, by clicking on that, then I know where the bounties are. Right, so I've also got to level up. What's the time? Time flies. 3 points. I guess having officers would be quite nice to have. Black ship and ships with an officer in command nearly guaranteed to be recoverable if lost. That's handy. I don't know whether to go down the combat route or focus on industry. I mean, I would like to get 50% of hull and armor damage taken repaired after combat ends at no cost. That one I definitely want. What's this say? Minus 50% combat readiness lost from being in a star, chrono or similar terrain. 50% reduced combat readiness range in which malfunctions and other negative effects occur. Hull mod. Solar shielding reduces effect of being in Corona. Take it, nothing there shouts out to me. Able to survey planets with a hazard rating up to 100%. Hull mod. Surveying equipment reduces resource requirements for surveying. I'll take that. Done. Right. So let's mop up the system then, shall we? Abatosaurus repairs complete. Good stuff. That is a lot of ships. Shit. Mistakes were made. I don't know whether to do a full retreat or full battle. That's a lot of ships. I don't know what to do there. What do you guys reckon I should do? I'm not at full combat readiness either. I'm going to try and retreat, I think. Yeah, I'm getting wrecked. I'm just going to load up that previous save. All the save scumming. It's a beautiful thing. Date's up there. I've just noticed the date's top left of my screen. Right, what did I have before? That one. That one. What am I gonna do? Alright, first off I need to sell. By 72. Should get me up to strength. Right, we'll confirm that. Storage. Oh, I didn't sell that. I'll keep the fuel, knowing now I need to keep my fuel. Right, let's... Right. I'm going to leave the hostiles for the time being. Head. Actually, no, I'm going to head. Oh, it's been fully surveyed. Alright, never mind then. I will go for the inner system jump point. Why are you pursuing my fleet? Oh, bloody pirates are just... Grifter Master Blaster. What a name. I got like a mothballed ship. Alright, let's retreat this mothballed ship. Game has a feel to it like FTL. I'm just as bad at FTL as I am at this, so yeah, I guess. Don't crash into me. That's going down. Right light. Down. Holy shit, he just wrecked me fast. I thought I was winning this. Apparently not, there's red dots all over the place. I'm actually losing. It's one of mine. Game is a lot harder than I thought. Ooh, another one destroyed. This game is rough. It's hard. What I mean, it's hard. Saved often, eh? Save often. All I wanted to do was go to another system just to see what that's like. Right, I also kind of need to take this out of mothball mode. And then get everything back up to full strength. So at the moment I'm kind of flying around without full strength. Right, storage. Right. Refit. So I need to refit this ship here, don't I? Right, he's ready. Let us scan, because I'm good, I'm clean. Okay. So there's a food shortage on Krura. I don't know where that is. Right, now let's try... Now I've saved the game, let's try and get there, shall we? Now I've saved and don't need to worry about doing all that again. Oh, let's cancel that. Let's go dark. I just saw a signal ping of unknowns. Let's go up here anyway and see what's up here. Look at doing some scavenging, because we are scavengers after all. Low risk. I've got plenty of stuff. Let's do it. Right, let's come out of dark. Actually, let's hit a... what's the button I'm looking for? Sensor burst. Nothing. Good. Activating this jump point to let your fleet through will cost 11 fuel. Where the fluff am I? Your ship has entered hyperspace. Ships travelling in hyperspace use fuel in proportion to distance travelled. Fleets that run out of fuel drift towards the nearest star system and may become stranded there. This actually looks... Wait, I thought that's Galatea. I thought I was in Galatea. Qantas gravity well. Wait, what? So that there is just all one system. Hello. I can't even remember where I got to go now. Intel missions. Deliver a report to... how do I lock in coordinates? Jangala. So I got Corvus there showing. Oh, it's a Corvus. Okay. So laying in a course for Corvus. Merchant convoy. Okay. I was worried that it did that thing. Hello. That's nerve-wracking. I'm just gonna squeeze past that one. This is very nerve-wracking. So it looks like I can come out of hyperspace in one of these points. So if I want to come out near Somnus, I can do that, or I can come out of hyperspace there. Pirates up there, look. Fleet approaches the jump point. So now we're going to exit hyperspace. Okay, I like that. Ow. Food shortage on Sudan. Transponder on, so I'm not too worried, although I'm out of supplies. Ooh. Military. Is there a tariff for military? There is, so I will continue to buy supplies and stuff from the black market. Who am I contacting? Ah, Dimos. Yes, and you are. Ah, you have a report for me. Let's just take a look. Galatia is back on the map. That's excellent news. It says here you've had quite a hand in it too. That won't be forgotten. What do I do now? I don't have anything specific for you right now, but you've got options. There's a bounty in the system right now due to unusually high pirate activity. You've already got some experience dealing with pirates, so that could be a good way to earn some credits. You could also try your hand at salvaging. Load up on fuel, machinery and supplies and head for the outer systems. It's a good idea to pick up a mission first so you're not running blind. Someone's usually offering good money to analyze this planet or that derelict. Where there's one, there's often more. Finally, you could take a commission with the hegemony. Due to the Galatea business, your standing is high enough that such a request would be accepted. You'll be expected to fight our enemies though, so it's quite a commitment. If I were you to hold off until you've got a more solid fleet behind you. Okay. So I can basically yeah, allow the scan. I got no contraband, so it's fine. Yeah, I think I will. I'll end it there for the time being. But that does allow us now. Now that's the prologue complete. We can now basically decide. Naked. I guess that didn't. I gotta fix the quotes one day. I've got to really fix them, go through them, delete the duplicates, fix the some game part. Might be a job for you, Cadenza, actually. I might ask you very nicely to do it instead of me, because, you know, I'm lazy. Anyway, so, yeah, that's the prologue started. We can now decide sort of where to go. I mean, I'm terrible at the combat, whether it's because I'm just got to get familiar with the systems, or whether it's the ships, or what, I don't know. But I'm going to be asking on Discord what you guys think of the game, so do let me know your thoughts. I will play more tomorrow. We'll start at 8 PM GMT, which is about 2.5 hours ago. And hopefully we'll see you there as well for more of it. And yeah, I'll do a few more streams of it and just get a good idea of what it is, and then I'll get a review out there as well, I think. But I think it's a very good game from what little I've played so far. It does remind me of an old school sort of game. It is an early access. But for those of you that are interested in getting it, it's not on Steam at the moment. It will do eventually once the developers have got more progress and they're happy to put it on Steam. But there is a link there. You can get it directly from the developers if you so wish to do so. But as I said earlier, the game was provided to me by the developers to create content for it. And any thoughts and ideas I've got on the game are my own, and they haven't been influencing the developers in any shape or form. But anyway, that is for me to head off. Time for me to head off. So guys, thank you very much for the company. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as I say, do let me know on Discord your thoughts on the game. And if I don't see you beforehand, enjoy what is left of this week. Good night everybody, take care, and I will see you all soon.
Yeah.